What is up, guys? Welcome back to Reject Films. Back with another review for you guys from Wild Eye Releasing. And this is one that they just sent to me recently, and I was real excited to check this one out. And I was kind of let down by this one. That is Virus of the Dead. Really cool cover. I mean, that cover art is going to definitely sell this movie. And the back and everything looks really cool. And I'll say I might be a little bit biased on this one because I'm not a fan of found footage films to begin with. But man, they really botched this one. It started out actually okay in the opening scene, and then it goes to the opening credits and everything. And after that, it just kind of went to shit. I don't know what they were going for with this movie at all. It's like 15 different segments, and they kind of bounce back and forth. You see the same people or groups of people a few times throughout. Never really tells you how this virus got started. The end just kind of ends. I try to find something redeeming in every film I review, and the only redeeming feature of this one is seeing Sean C. Phillips makes an appearance in here a few times, where he's just kind of hunkered down in his DVD room, taking shelter in that room while the zombie apocalypse is going on. And you can tell this was filmed a few years back because he was still on his weight loss journey and everything. He was a little bit heavier than he is now. You guys might also know him as Cool Duder here on YouTube, one of the more prominent YouTubers in the community. Yeah, I've been watching his videos for a while, so it was kind of cool to see him in there. He actually did the best job of all of them, just being himself and everything like that. But most of them, the scenes were shot with really crappy cameras, kind of all over the place. You know, some of them were just like showing like the feet of the people and everything like that. And there's a few scenes with like that are subtitled. Special effects wise, there was a couple really decent effects, especially towards the beginning there, but most of the effects were pretty bad. So I know this was, not a high budget movie whatsoever or anything, but yeah, they could have done a lot better. I know there's found footage fans out there. If you guys are fans of found footage movies and everything, then this might be more for you than it was for me. But even if I was a fan of found footage, which I've seen a couple that I haven't minded too much. Still like the original Blair Witch when it came out. I thought it was kind of cool, and there's been a few other found footage ones that haven't been too bad. So I'm not completely against them. It's just not my favorite subgenre, whatever. But this one was definitely, yeah, I don't really know what they were going for. I'm not going to put up any photos over here, or whichever side I normally put them on of the movie like I normally do. Because one, this movie just doesn't deserve that kind of treatment. I don't feel like it deserves my time in editing to do all that. So I'm going to make this a pretty short, simple review. It just shows a lot of different people, either just them or small groups. It starts out with the apocalypse kind of already going on, and then it kind of backtracks to what people were doing kind of when it started. And then, like I say, it goes back to these people here and there eventually. Like, I know Sean C. Phillips, his, initial one, he was kind of upbeat and everything. Then he does another one. He's kind of, giving you another update. Then he does another one like, well, it's not looking so good and everything. And it was mentioned that in one scene, I remember they mentioned it was 2015. So I guess this was probably shot in 2015, and it just now got released last year in 2018. It does run, I think, 102 minutes. I think IMDb had it on there as 120 minutes, but it was like an hour and like 41 minutes. So, yeah, it was, granted, I was a little tired when I started watching this, but I found myself just kind of being on my phone and everything and just not really amused by this film whatsoever, and had a hard time kind of getting through it. I wanted to turn it off a few times, but I kept it on mainly to see Sean there and see what his status updates were. But you know, like I say, I try to find the positives, and that's the only positive I can think of in this movie. I will say, you know, going into these movies, like I've said before, with these Wild Eye releases, you don't know what you're going to get. You know you're not going to get, like, high-budget stuff, which is fine by me. I don't expect that, but I at least expect, you know, if you're not going to go with the more comedic route of, like, Carousel, which I enjoyed the hell out of because it was just so stupid, and you knew what you were getting into with, like, a killer unicorn. But this one, they tried to make this one, like, serious and everything, and it just didn't deliver. I mean, I can't find myself watching this one again. So, like I said, unless you guys are diehard found footage fans, then you might check it out. Otherwise, I would say stay away from this one. But I do want to thank Wild Eye for everything, for sending this out and all the other movies they've sent out, and for this awesome shirt. Really, really cool of you guys to send this out to me, and I definitely look forward to keep working with you guys and see what else, you know, comes my way, and hopefully get some redemption from this one. I know I still have the Snarling to review from them, and I still have another one to review for Warner Archives, so once I get those done, those will be posted as well, and hopefully redeem this one. But like I say, Virus of the Dead 2018, awesome cover. Always great artwork on these Wild Eye releases. I think it's the same thing inside. And the disc is like the same art. There was a couple trailers on here for some that looked pretty decent. I can't remember the names of off the top of my head, but always curious of what they send out, especially when they send a big box of movies. I'm always excited to dive into them, and always curious to see what, like, first-time directors and actors and stuff have to offer. You know, at least you usually get a good story, or you get some good acting or atmosphere or something like that. You didn't get any of that in here. The only decent acting, there was a British woman in here later on in the movie that was pretty decent, but the rest of the acting was pretty terrible. What else? I didn't take notes on this one because it just, yeah. There was a scene, like, I guess they were getting ready to do like a porn shoot or something. There was a woman on the casting couch getting ready to show some stuff, and then zombies break in. So there's no nudity in this film. There is some language and, you know, blood and gore, but it's, most of the effects are so bad that it's unrealistic. And there was one part where a couple guys were trying to make a movie out of what was going on. And that part was somewhat entertaining. But yeah, Virus of the Dead 2018. Make this a nice, short, and sweet review. Let me know if you guys have seen it, what you guys think of it. I think it was a 2.8 on IMDb. One person gave it like a 10. I don't know why, but yeah, everyone else gave it like 1, 2 stars. So I believe that's it for this review, guys. Yeah, can't wait to see what else they send next when I get this other review done, and as I always excited to check them out. You know, they can't all be winners, and you know, like I say, most of them have at least been entertaining, to say the least, or had a good story, or, you know, I saw what the director was going for, or they made it so over the top ridiculous that it was so bad it was good. This was just bad and bad. But always appreciate any attempt at making a film, and I know anthologies are hard. Working with this one here, being a bunch of different directors and stuff and different segments, I know that's not always easy to pull off either. So I definitely still give props to anybody in the film industry that's doing something that they love doing and are having fun doing it. So, yeah, that's it for this review, guys. Take care. Catch you on the next one. Bye.